These animatronics were abandoned and lost in time, but we never forgot them. I'm Walt, and today, together with my girlfriend Lilybell, we're excited to show you the lost media animatronics. Thanks to the animatronic community, today we're going to see everything from video game animatronics to cases that have finally been solved. If you know any animatronic you want us to cover, or you have extra info, send us an email at waltanimatronic@gmail.com. Ronald McDonald by AVG. This is a Ronald McDonald animatronic, but this one is not lost media and not a lost animatronic at all. We already talked about the regular one in another video, but this one is the weirdest Ronald McDonald animatronic. Ronald McDonald in a hot air balloon, created by set makers and AVG Technologies in 1984. For a long time, this was the only known image of the figure. It showed Ronald in a hot air balloon, and the show toured different locations around the country. What we knew is that the show tapes are lost. But we've managed to make several brand new discoveries that nobody had shown before. First, we found concept art of how the show looked and how it was set up, with the animatronic in the center and tables right in front of it. Then we found more photos of the animatronic, plus blueprints of how it worked. And the most amazing part? We found footage in the current whereabouts of the animatronic. The figure was kept by collector Fred Weichman. He says the animatronic was actually rescued from the trash. Here we can see it in 1999, when it appeared on the appraisal fair and was valued between $2,000 and $3,000. After that, it stayed in his collection and later showed up again on the TV show Collector's Call. The last thing we know is that the animatronic was put up for auction in May 2025. So, we can officially say, another mystery solved. Water dragon. Until today, there was no real footage of this dragon. This sub-mechanophobia dragon is the one we talked about in this video. Sneaky, the water dragon from Sundown Adventureland. This sneaky dragon has terrified a lot of people in the sub-mechanophobia community. But the weird part was, there was only a single photo and a tiny clip of it. But thanks to this amazing animatronic community, and to our subscriber Freddie, we finally found full footage of the dragon. You can clearly see the entire thing now. Sadly, this same footage also revealed the truth. The dragon was lying to us the whole time. It's actually just a giant prop that sprays water, not an animatronic, not even an animated prop. So this discovery feels a little bittersweet, don't you think? And speaking of submechanophobia, I want to ask you something. Do you want another submechanophobia video? Comment animatronic ducks, or drop an emoji. If we hit 100 comments and 1,000 likes, we'll make it. I'm counting on you. Ren and Stimpy. These Ren and Stimpy animatronics have blown up over the last year, and this is the only footage of them that exists. They were created to promote the Ren and Stimpy Vidiots Super Nintendo game at the FAO Schwarz toy store in New York. The animatronics look awful and don't really resemble the cartoon versions because they look damaged. They're missing ears, a nose, and they just look wrong. A lot of YouTubers have speculated that they were always meant to look like that, but I personally think it's just heavy wear and tear. The footage is from 1994, and the game came out in 1993. Many people think the original footage is the one on Producer's Library, but that's not true. The source actually seems to come from somewhere else, and that's where I ran into another mystery. Let me introduce you to the channel Vampire Robot. This channel is literally a time capsule. For years, they've been uploading videos from different eras, and nobody really knows where they get them from. Some people even joke that they're a time traveler. I did a bit of digging and saw that many of their clips are actually re-uploads of old TV archive material from stations like ABC News. So I'm pretty sure the Ren and Stimpy footage comes from this same kind of source. If you look closely at the timer, it matches. But the YouTube upload is missing the beginning. In the Producer's Library version, the time code starts at 00, but the Vampire Robot upload starts after that first bit. A lot of people have tried to contact Vampire Robot, with no success. So if you are Vampire Robot, or you somehow know how to contact them, please ask them to upload the full version of that footage without watermark, or any extra clips they might have of these animatronics in better quality. For now, these Ren and Stimpy animatronics are still considered lost media.
Hello Kitty animatronic! We made a little discovery. And in a second, you'll see why it's so cool. A classic type of animatronic is the fortune teller, and I love them so much, I'm honestly thinking about making a full video just about fortune teller animatronics. Would you like to see that? While I was doing research, I found out there was once a Hello Kitty fortune teller made by Advanced Animations for Sanrio. This is the only known footage of this animatronic. It appears in a local TV segment from Vermont, where they visited Advanced Animations. The machine was called Kitty Wishes, and inside it you could see the Hello Kitty animatronic with a crystal ball. But while I was scrolling through Vampire Robots videos, I got a huge surprise. There it was, the Hello Kitty animatronic, moving on camera. And thanks to that video, we now know two things that were never confirmed before. This animatronic was also installed at FAO Schwarz in New York, and it was there in 2002. So, if you have video from FAO Schwarz around 2002, it's very possible you're sitting on a piece of lost media without even knowing it. If you find anything, send it to us.
Gus the puppy. This is a public service announcement. We need your help to find this little puppy animatronic named Gus. Gus was created by VP Animation, and at some point he was installed at Stu Leonard's. Some people think he might be a reskin of one of the famous cows, but right now, this photo is the only proof we have of his existence. If you remember seeing Gus, or you have any video of him, please send it to my email, waltanimatronic@gmail.com.
Disney Store Mickey. This is not Five Nights at Mickey's. What you're seeing here is the only footage of a prototype Mickey animatronic made by AVG Studios for Disney stores. There are actually very few Mickey animatronics in the world. We have the one from Mickey Mouse Review, and more recently the ones from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But this one is one of the rarest Mickey animatronics ever made, and for a long time, it was completely lost. Until Kevin, also known online as Pasknatruck, a collector, restorer, and animatronic fan, finally found where it ended up. He discovered this Mickey in a parking lot, asked for permission to rescue it, and they actually said yes. The problem? Its condition was awful. Just look at the face. It's honestly nightmare fuel. I recently talked with Kevin, and he told us he plans to replace the servos, give Mickey a new face, and repair the fiberglass on the shoes. So for now, the footage of this Mickey is still considered lost media, but the animatronic itself has been saved once again by fans in the animatronic community.
Kazooie animatronic. Do you remember this animatronic? We were some of the first people to ever talk about it. This is the Kazooie animatronic, and it was only used for a few seconds in a Banjo Kazooie commercial for the Nintendo 64. It was created by Animated Inc. For a long time, the only photos and footage that existed came from an auction listing. The animatronic passed through several collectors over the years, until it finally ended up in the hands of Woodman Classics, also known as Travis Wood. And this is where things get really good. Travis decided to fully restore the animatronic with the help of experts. And best of all, he documented the entire process in a video, which we're leaving linked in the description. The animatronic now looks incredible and is completely functional again. And the coolest part? They even built a custom controller, a jigsaw-style control box to move it, trigger sounds, and bring it fully back to life. So yes, another lost animatronic has officially been found and restored. We love a good lost media happy ending. Pokémon Attraction. Imagine they built a walkthrough attraction based on Pokémon Snap, where you travel through the Pokémon world and take photos as you go. Well, that actually existed at Warner Brothers Movie World Australia. So why does almost nobody talk about it? Because this ride is basically considered lost media. For years, only a handful of photos existed, and the attraction was open for a very short time, only about 2 months, which meant there was almost no footage. Or at least, that's what we thought. Recently, YouTuber Theme Park Ogre offered a reward for any video of this attraction. To everyone's surprise, someone actually responded. Thanks to footage shared by Theme Park Capsule, we finally have video of this ride. The attraction was directly inspired by Pokémon Snap. The dark ride was filled with animated props and Pokémon figures, and guests were given a checklist of Pokémon to mark off as they spotted them along the way. You could see Doduo, Electrode, Butterfree, Meowth, Pikachu, and many more. And there was even a scene where the super elusive Mew appeared, easily one of the coolest moments in the entire ride. A Pokémon attraction almost erased by time, finally found again thanks to the community. Hatbox Ghost, the other version nobody talks about. All animatronic fans know the classic Hatbox Ghost story. It was installed, it didn't work, and then it disappeared without a trace. But there's something almost nobody mentions, a kind of lost media fact. Everyone knows the new Hatbox Ghost animatronic, but almost nobody talks about the real second version. At the D23 Expo 2013, the Imagineering team brought back the Hatbox Ghost for the first time since he disappeared. For that event, they used a brand new A100 level animatronic with super fluid movements, sadly without the disappearing head effect. This version of the Hatbox Ghost is really rare, because it was built specifically for that expo. Later, Disney finally brought Hatbox Ghost back to the ride, and that's the animatronic we all know and love today. But this D23 figure is the lost Hatbox Ghost almost nobody ever talks about. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and if you want to support the channel even more, you can join us on Patreon, link in the description.